Did you know the easiest things are often the toughest to start and to complete? I have an idea in my head. I've got my pen. I've even got paper, a notebook. It would take me only a few minutes that I could squeeze out to start writing. But I have so much going up in my head, overthinking the entire process, doubting my capabilities, and striving for perfection. Can you relate? If you answer yes to this question, know that you are not alone. And if there's one thing you can take away from this video, is this old saying, done is better than perfect. There are people out there who admire your imperfections, so go find them. For me, another thing for overthinking a task before I start is self-doubt. Why? Overthinking opens the door to asking the wrong questions about what you're about doing, about what you are doing, about your capabilities. It paralyzes you and stops you from taking that first move that is so important. For instance, check out this statistic I saw some years back. About 85% of Americans who say they want to write a book someday, only about 5% of this number starts and 1% ever publish. Why is it that we have way less than the number of people who want to do it achieving their goal? A major reason is overthinking the entire process. How do I do this? How much will it cost me? Will people be interested in what I'm doing? Will they back at me? Will they laugh at me? What will they say? And a ton of what ifs and what nots and how to's. Now, asking questions are good. They help us to put things in perspective. But when we spend time overthinking whether to write or not to write and eventually giving up, that is where the problem lies. What will help you take that first step and start writing? Before we look into this, welcome to my channel where I talk about children's books, storytelling, and the world of self-publishing. And if you are new here, remember to hit that subscribe or follow button so that you get to know when the next video comes out. Now, let's get back to how to overcome overthinking, whether to write that book you have in your head or not. Overthinking is a common hurdle for writers. To stop overthinking and start writing, consider taking the following steps. Number one, get yourself a pen and a notebook from the dollar store. Nothing fancy. Write your thoughts and your goals for writing in your notebook. Put all the stuff you have on your head on paper. Experts believe that if you are stressed over anything, putting your thoughts on paper is a stress reliever. Writing down your concerns also helps you to put things in perspective. You can start writing specific, achievable goals for your writing sessions. Knowing what you want to accomplish can help you focus your thoughts and motivate you to get started instead of overthinking. Number two, invest time to learn the process. If one of your concerns is having the right capabilities, no worries. No one was born with the capability to do anything. We all have to learn, and so can you. It is okay to give some thought about what you want to do before you start. An ancient wise man once said, who of you that want to build a tower does not first sit down to calculate the expense to see if he has enough to complete it? So, why some thinking is recommended, overthinking is not. Yes, give some thoughts, gather the information that you require to start, acquire the skills that will get you there, understand the process, and you become confident to start and to complete. Number three, create a writing schedule and start. This is supposed to be one of the easiest parts, that is hitting the start button. But it's not. What can help? Well, do this thing that Mel Robbins suggested in her book, The 5-Second Rule. She suggested counting 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then start. Use this technique even in going out in temperatures of -40 to run an errand. I'd rather wrap myself up in a blanket with a hot chocolate in my hand, but I need to go out. Using this technique removes distractions and helps you to focus on getting your tasks done. In time, if you persist in counting and starting, it becomes a habit. You count and then you start writing. Start by first establishing a regular writing schedule. As you start writing, you reduce overthinking. Writing becomes a habit. Before we leave this point, if you have your notebook, but you don't have an idea what you want to write, use your notebook to write a line of gratitude each day. The purpose is to get you writing and making writing a habit. Number 4, use time writing sessions. Make it very small sessions where you write for a short period of time non-stop. 20-minute sessions without interruption, and then increase it over time. It encourages a flow of ideas and minimizes overthinking. Start with an outline. An outline gives you structure and you know what to expect as you go. It is like having a roadmap. You know the route, you know the direction, you reduce the uncertainty. Some of us do not like surprises, so this takes the guesswork away and overthinking is thrown out of the window. Number 6, silence your inner critic. Yes, sometimes you may be your worst critic. You may never get through the first paragraph if you worry about every word, every punctuation mark. Focus on writing your initial draft, knowing that this is not the final one. The initial draft, put down all your ideas without worrying about perfection. Remind yourself that you can revise and edit later. Write freely, embrace the idea that your first draft shouldn't be flawless. Give yourself permission to write poorly in the beginning. Perfection will come later. Number 6, use prompts. Start with a writing prompt or a specific topic to overcome the blank page syndrome and stimulate your thoughts so that your ideas start flowing freely. Number 7, get a book to read. Read for inspiration and relaxation. Read the works of authors you admire. I love this bit. If there is an author that is already writing in the category that you want to write, copy their method and let them motivate you to get started. Permit them to inspire you to start writing. Reading helps you relax, reducing or eliminating overthinking. Remember, overthinking is a common part of the creative process, but it doesn't have to paralyze you. By implementing these strategies, you can break free from overthinking and get back to the joy of writing. Now, talking about writing, what are you working on at the moment? What stage are you in? Beginning, halfway, concluding, or completed? Well done for showing up. Now, see you next time.